Um, was bored, so decided to stream. I have a lot of saves for this game. Mm, I just kind of picked a random one. So we were kind of wanting to stream because we're starting a YouTube channel to go along with this stream. And so we were kind of hoping to use Twitch to just have some footage to go along with talking about it for our first video. If you don't know, this is Hyperdimension Neptunia V2. I don't actually know if this is literally the 7th game, but it's a long series if you don't know about it. So the whole reason we wanted to do a Twitch and YouTube channel that was also like open about that were age play, that were a DID system, and amongst other things, is because like we've been spending a lot of time on Twitter, and we kind of had given up on Facebook because we had people that we couldn't really. We had to avoid people. I don't want to say like we had stalkers, but it's a long thing to explain. So we were staying off of Facebook, and so it was like, oh, well, let's interact with this community that we're a part of that like normally we wouldn't give that much time to. And so interacting with other like Babyfurs online, we saw a lot of not just talking about like kink stuff, but like video games and political stuff and stuff like that. And there's a lot of niche communities that a lot of marginalized people find themselves in. That kind of like supports them in a way that like sometimes the bigger communities can't. Something common would probably be like there's a lot of black people in the fighting game community, and like especially in the 90s, liking anime and video games, especially as a black person, was kind of like disparaged within like those same communities because, well, like nerdy stuff. And I mean, it's kind of more complicated than that even, because you know, a lot of stuff is like disparaged because of survival and stuff, because like if you seem weak, then someone might hurt you or rob you. At least that's how our experience was growing up. That people were like worried about us mostly because they thought we were gonna get like killed for like dyeing our hair and cosplaying and stuff like that. But we digress. So we saw that we could like talk freely in this community, and we saw a lot of other people did too. So wanting to start a YouTube channel was kind of inevitable. Gosh, I love comboing in this game. We felt like it was kind of inevitable because like we spent a lot of time on YouTube, and we've always wanted to kind of be a YouTuber, and we've tried it before, but it kind of wasn't the greatest. And I wanted to start over kind of, but also that channel was a lot more vanilla, and like there's a lot of stuff that as a person, even just in niche communities, like even if you're not marginalized, it can be kind of like a strain on yourself to not be able to talk about certain things if it's big enough in your life. And I know what you might be thinking, it's like, well, like Babyfur is ABDL, that's like a fetish, like why do you need to talk about that? And it's like, especially for a lot of people who are doing it, oh, I forgot that that hurts you. Most of the game is not like this. This is a special dungeon that is Spelunky themed. And I died again. I just realized when she dies and flashes, you can see her panties. Wow. I guess I'll try again. Oh, I like legit died. That's kind of hilarious. I definitely picked the wrong save file. And they will not let me go back.
Pictures of the hold have already begun circulating online. Please take a look.
Oh, I forgot this game was like super about online stuff. There's like kind of like a internet cult kind of thing, and there's even like a joke about like DLC and like milking things for all they're worth, kind of like basically making blog posts about everything and profiting on them through ads. But all the like blog posts are about like gossip and stuff. Anywho,
I've never seen anything like this before. I've got a real bad feeling.
it's also part of the reason we want to do is like we've seen other like ADBL streamers, and I think the one of the bigger misconceptions about all of it is that like it's only like a sexual engagement, because honestly it's for a lot of people like a comfort thing even if they do engage with it sexually. So like wanting to hang out and feel safe and play video games, it's totally valid. And I guess in our case we kind of just want to engage with sort of the intersections of our identity. And we've gotten a lot of inspiration from AnyTube, from LeftTube, and I guess like trans YouTube and stuff like that. And we don't plan on showing our face, but it's kind of funny that we found ourselves in a situation where we didn't mind doing this, also because like there's not a lot of people in our actual life that if they ended up finding out, it would be that big a deal. Like,
grief, Noir, there you go, being all super hard on uni again. Chill out.
if at any point like someone I knew found out about it, it would have very, very few repercussions. Everyone I live with knows about it to some extent, and most of my friends know about it to some extent. Not all of them participate, obviously, but like it's totally casual, and I would love for I guess it in general to be seen as casual. We had this weird way of thinking about it, like, oh, like what if people treated H-play like punk? It's like it's just this niche kind of weird thing that some people like. It has this aesthetic, but it has all these little aesthetics inside of it, and so there's a lot to explore. But like it's just there, and they're doing their own thing. I guess from an aesthetic perspective, because punk is kind of all about like, you know, rejection of certain things, especially like hierarchies and stuff. So like it's a lot more complicated because there's definitely a political edge automatically to it, at least in the history.
We never know what will happen. You all are the only ones we can count on to look after and protect our home.
But actually the political leaning is kind of that H players tend to be more open with gender stuff, and separately there's just a lot of trans people who do H play. We are trans, if you didn't know. There's supposed to be DS screens. Everything in this game is based off of a console, some that don't exist because the main character is a personification of like a Sega console if Sega was still relevant console wise.
Right. So you take care of things too, Uni. Okay. Okie dokie then, Isty. We'll be back in a flash.
I love how they're all just so familiar with each other. Like, in general, they all call each other nicknames and stuff. I guess it's also the benefit of, and this is not the first time I played this part of the game, but this is my first Neptunia game, and so, interestingly, like, all these, you know, character interactions already exist, and, like, people are already friends and stuff, so I'm just kind of like, it's like walking into an anime, like, in the second season. It's like watching My Hero Academia in the middle of season 2.
Understood. Everyone, please be careful.
But also because of the amount of, a large amount of trans people in the furry community, in the age play community, we're also part of the furry community, Babyfur, wow. Turns out that, there's a lot of people who have things going on, and they really like to calm down with stuff that's like peaceful and calm and kind of squishy. It's actually more normal than you would think, because there's a lot of people who don't like talk about it in their actual life, but they actually do it a lot.
Our sisters are together. No matter who their opponent is, they won't lose. Now they have their super cool.
Oh, I have a viewer. Hi.
An amazing form after all. If you're really Neptune's younger sister, why can't you be a bit more optimistic? You're right. I'm just worrying too much.
But I guess as we were saying,
Nobody will find
just seeing the intersections more in our content, or sorry, the content we were viewing, like on YouTube, like we liked a lot of it, but we would love to see intersections of it. And they say make stuff that you will want to see, so we're making stuff we would want to see. Pretty much obviously.
The night sky's so pretty, and I thought I'd go look at the stars and... There's no way you'd have such romantic hobbies. If you're gonna lie, try to come up with a better one than that.
Oh, also this game is filled with queer baiting. Although there is like one like actual queer thing in it, but you know, it's just how it is. Because anime has an aesthetic that a lot of people latch onto, and there's a lot of stuff that queer people like.
You're gonna go after them, aren't you?
And we have to find our own representation and things sometimes, because there's just not enough of it.
I just have this awful feeling. So, Uni, don't tell. Then I'll go too. Huh? I don't trust letting you go alone. So I'll come along with you.
And even if this wasn't like romantic or anything, this is still really awesome, because it's like, I don't know, character depth and stuff. And if you know nothing about this series, it's kind of known as like the sleazy, ecchi game.
Thank you, Uni.
And it's like, cute girls, cute things, but also a RPG. And it's like, oh, you would probably think it's going to be like shallow and boring, but it's not shallow and boring at all.
If you messed up like when you got left in the zero dimension too.
At least for me.
Still, thanks, Uni.
But I just love these characters' relationship, because they're like, you know, there for each other. And I think when you have a friend that's willing to, like, I guess, look past your BS and say, hey, I think you're BSing right now, you need actual support, it's actually like really endearing and awesome.
Cause a panic? We're not planning to be gone long, so I don't think we need to worry. If you're still worried, why don't you stuff your bed with pillows and leave the note "I'm sleeping early today" on your door?
Oh gosh, such childish whimsy.
Oh, that might work. Wait just a second. I'll go get ready.
Oh right, so like each arc in the game has its own like opening, like it's an anime, and it really sets the tone in an amazing way. I guess it's definitely a game I wouldn't recommend to normies, but if you like anime and you like cute girls and you're okay with like a somewhat glitchy RPG that feels like it was made in the PS2 era, but also has an intricate like combo system, you might be interested. It's a weird niche to fall into. from the beginning to the end of the world. I think we're almost done with this game, but this is like further back in our save, so this is definitely not our most recent thing.
I won't allow anyone to scratch my beautiful skin.
I have the main four on my team. Maybe it'd be cool to fight with the main four, just to show them off a little bit. We kind of talked about everything we want to talk about, but also, I mean, it was mostly just a lot of text for a big chunk of the stream, so I want to give a little bit more of the gameplay some showing off. Oh, so Vert is Xbox, the one you just saw. Neptunia, who I am controlling right now, she's Sega. Let's see. So right beneath her is Noir, she's PlayStation. And the last one between Vert and Noir is Blanc, and she's the Wii, I believe. They haven't made like a mainline new game for like this current generation. So they haven't introduced like a Switch persona. Oh right, there's like these special moves and there's magical girls. It's like so much. It's a lot of spectacle, to be honest. Yeah, and I mean like, it's kind of superfluous, but like, it's really cool and I like it. Oh yeah, she's... I mean, I don't want to say everyone's a tsundere in this game. Mostly PlayStation is known as being a tsundere. I guess Blanc would be kind of the person who's just kind of like hard on everyone. Because they have high expectations, I guess, and also a short temper. But as you can see, like the design of the game, like there's not a lot. They put enemies in the bots and hallways. Like, I do think that they leave a lot to the imagination. Like, if you enjoy this game, you enjoy it more than just because, like, you enjoy what you're looking at, I guess. Like, I would imagine, like, pouring hours and hours into this game, I couldn't imagine you doing it just for, like, the, ooh, cute girls aspect of it. Honestly, it would have to be something like... Not to say that you have to enjoy this game as we enjoy the game, but it's kind of, oh, we can do a team move, I think. There's like special moves you can do that use part of the Yikes gauge. I'm not gonna do a team move, but there's like a finishing move. I guess it kind of has a spectacle of like special moves in like anime fighting games in the early 2000s.
Didn't think you'd be this that you do it.
Oh, but like we can really see the work that went into the game, and like I guess the core gameplay loop is fun enough for us, as well as the interactions with the characters. There are like there are day jokes in this game, but a lot of the game is like self-aware, breaks the fourth wall. It's funny, it's wholesome. It's kind of like watching just a balls to the wall, mostly comedy, like I guess shonen. Yeah, definitely shonen. I mean, I guess it's also in the magical girl genre, but I mean, there's power creep and stuff all over the place, so it definitely still works. Sometimes combos are ridiculous, and it's not like necessarily skill, you just press buttons to correspond. It's basically just like a skill tree thing, which is easy, and you can assign different moves. If you're at all familiar with God Hand, it's very similar. God Hand isn't an RPG though, it's like a brawler, but you can like freeform change your combos, and it has like this crazy amount of customization. It was a PS2 game, and I think it was also ported to the PS3. It might be in Steam as well, but it's really cool. And if like the whole combo thing of this piques your interest, you should definitely check it out. I love her shitty deep voice right now. It's so great. Oh yeah, most of the transform states of the characters go from, you know, oh, she's cute, to step on me? Kind of. Not for all of them. Oh, but I guess this we'll show you Neptunes before we stop the stream, especially because no one's watching right now. We've had some people poke in. We're still getting used to this. This is our second stream ever. Oh, this is a mini boss, I just realized. Oh, we didn't see Verts.
I will show you the power of a CPU.
I mean, Xbox is a CPU. They're all CPUs. It's just their moniker. They basically took a bunch of game. Oh gosh. Oh, I put this on YouTube. It's gonna be so demonetized. Oh, I shouldn't accidentally kill it. Nats form? Oh, right. Remember I said there was power creep? You can get even more strong. But I'm not going to use that so you can see the main character's special. This might kill them. Okay, defend. Nep is pretty fun. She's the one that does most of the fourth wall breaks and stuff. But she gets definitely older when she transforms, and so like you could be fooled into thinking they're not the same person. Let's see. Neptune break. Signature attack. And I guess I'll end the stream with this. Thanks for checking in, anyone who jumped into the stream. I appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks. Like, follow, and subscribe, I guess. Hope y'all are all staying safe and wash your hands.